Hello and welcome. My name is Carl. I am 2 Echo 0 Echo Zulu Tango. This is the first time, or one of the first times you've been onto the channel. The channel is a mix of my interest in amateur radio, especially portable amateur radio, also getting outdoors and just getting outdoors with the radio. Basically, is the aim of the channel. But this particular video is going to be a little bit more about my setup at home, just to give a little tour of the home station. So so a few people have asked already on the channel to give just a bit of a look at how I currently operate at home. So I'm just going to give you a little tour. Let's get my shoes on a minute, and then we'll start outside with the antennas. Let's check the white balance. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just show you the antenna setup, and then we'll go indoors and then have a look at the radios as they currently are. So let me just turn this round. So basically we've got a DX Commander Lite running a 40 meter, so that's a wire that goes, it's linear loaded, so it goes up and back down again to there. So that is cut for 40 meters, and then I've also got a wire behind there that's cut for 20 meters that go into the radiating plate there. And then I've got a bunch of radials that are actually underneath all of this area here. So that needs a good watering as well, actually. But so I've got the radials run in a fan through this area here, so we don't end up tripping over the radials, and that's the radio dog. But I've also got here, I've got a wire that's about 20 odd meters long. It goes to the top of this 9 meter pole and then goes down somewhere behind that shed. I tend to move it away from the metalwork eventually, so that gets me on, in a fashion, gets me on 80 meters. And then I've also got on this particular pole at the moment, I've also got a 4 meter vertical, and then up there I've got a Diamond X50 for 270, that runs down here at the moment and runs along that run, and then all my cabling tends to go in through this vent hole here. This vent's no longer used, so I'll run that through there. Eventually I'm going to actually run some better coax and do a shorter run down here into there for the VHF and UHF. So at the moment I'm able to run 80, 40, 20. I can also run 10. I can tune 6 in, I can tune 12 meters in. I've got 4 meters, I've got 2 and 70 as well. I've also got another feeder cable that's currently not used at the moment, that just goes around there. I'm thinking of putting up some other antenna up there, or maybe even getting the satellite tracking stuff on that one over there. I used to have a rotator here with the antennas on for this satellite stuff, but because we're actually now starting to settle into this new house, I've had to move stuff around a bit. So here I've got a bunch of metal work at the moment. This is not a antenna graveyard. I'd say it's more of an antenna triage. So I've got a bunch of stuff in there that I eventually going to go and put up and tune up as well. So I've got, let's give you a sneak peek around here. This is completely messy because I've chucked loads of stuff in here. At the moment I've got a bit more metal work in there. Some of that needs repairing, no wonder. And I've also got all the camping stuff that I started to store in here, that I need to actually go and tidy all this up and put some shelves in as well. Okay, so that's the outdoor setup. If I take you through now into the radio room, and then I'm going to put the tripod down a bit. Can you see me okay? Okay, so oops. Right, sorry about if it is an echo, because I'm using the boom mic rather than I usually have a clip-on mic that takes away some of the echoing in the room. So the setup I've got here, okay, the setup in here, I've got the FTdx1200. I've also got the MD-200 microphone. So I've got the Yaesu FTdx1200. I've also got the MD-200 as well. Over here I'm using at the moment the FT857. This is mostly used for 2 meters 70 sems, 2 meters SSB as well. I also patch in sometimes 6 meters or other, if I'm just messing about with different types of antennas. I can sometimes patch them into that quite easy. And this is a dual antenna anyway, so sometimes I'll also run 2 antennas into here. So I've got plenty here to experiment between different antennas, easily just pulling this out and patching in the antenna. I've also got a switch behind there as well, a antenna switch. Okay, so over here I've also got the, let me try and zoom in a little bit on that and get that. So let me just move that way. I've got the Heil parametric receive audio system, which has got the Heil speaker as well, and this is a fantastic piece of kit. Yeah, fantastic piece of kit for really isolating the audio. So if you've got a really tricky station coming in, the Heil system allows me to really sort of isolate that and clear up any muddiness or any imperfections with the audio. I can really tune that in. I've also got, let me just get these. I'm knocking stuff all over the place here. I've also got the Heil headphones as well. I don't tend to use the microphones so much, but they are really good quality for listening through. I don't quite use this as much as I did when I first bought them. Although I do find it's fun using that, but it's not the I don't tend to play radio in that sort of serious sporty way or hands-free way. If I do, I tend to use Vox on the radio with the microphone as well. Over here I've also got, let me just try and this isn't turning around, so I have to do it manually. Over here I've also got the 4 meter FM radio. I've not had a single contact on that yet. I'm forever hopeful that one day I will make a contact, but for the moment it's been really quiet in here. Over here I've got the VRM 5080, which isn't plugged back in yet. I will be plugging that back in soon. I'm going to be taking this out in the car soon and try and get my first contact on the VRM. This is a replacement that I had. The original one I had from armyradio.com, I think it was. It only lasted a couple of weeks and it went to pot. So I Ben, the chap, very kindly said he'll swap it out for another one because it just didn't last long at all. So this is a replacement, so I've not had any contact on any of the VRMs yet, but I will do at some point. And then over here, let me just I've got to admit that I have not tidied up in this radio room. I know that some people, when they're doing a tour of the radio room, they make it all absolutely perfectly neat, and all the radios are switched on and everything's switched on. Well, this is not one of those tours. Let me just finish that. This is just how it is in this room. On here, I've got all of my I've got plenty of books there to catch up on. A lot of equipment and tools, spare cables, plugs, digital equipment. This shelf here, it's a processing shelf. This is what I use when I'm doing a bit of work. I put the stuff back in here, and then when I ever open up the boxes or open up the toolbox, while the box is open, I'll put anything away that needs to be put away again. So this is a shelf that helps me to process stuff back into their original boxes eventually. Over here, a shelf that I tend to use for either putting the military equipment on or just the odds and ends. Over here, I tend to keep some of my handhelds, and I've got the trusty 320 there, and some of the winter gloves that I've yet to put away, and just some bits and bobs lying around as well in here. So this is a working radio room. I also do my editing here as well, and so this is the MacBook where I actually do my editing on Final Cut. So this is just I think it's relatively a simple radio setup. I've also got down here below the desk is where the radio dog sleeps. Sometimes she's not there at the moment, but when she does, she curls up there and listens to me patiently tuning round and receiving static a lot on the radio. So currently I've got the radio just listening to the 10 meter beacons, waiting for some activity on 10 meters because it's very quiet at the moment. I'll just show you this is the microphone, and that's the Heil speaker. So yeah, that's the setup. I tend to I tend to switch in and out of different. I have different ideas at home. Trying to work 6 meters, 4 meters, 17, 20. I try making dipoles up, putting them onto the experimental pole. I do all sorts of things. So I'm always switching in and out of different modes and stuff, just as I try and learn the hobby as well. So I hope that was an interesting, just quick look at the setup here. If you've got any questions or any suggestions to improve things, please get in touch. And if you're not yet subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. It really helps me to generate more activity on the channel, and look forward to the next one. Okay, bye bye.